Hi creative friends, my name is Ashley the Thrifty Chica. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some new changes to Cricut Design Space as well as some new items coming to the Cricut store. This is available starting today, and when you log into Cricut Design Space, you'll now be able to access some different sizing for cards. So we'll have the A1 and the A6 sizes for cards available on the website and also available as project options inside Cricut Design Space. I'm going to walk you through how you choose which card size you're using, and there's a few tips that you want to keep in mind. So if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content, and let's get started. You'll want to log into Cricut Design Space. I'm in the desktop version right now. This also works on the mobile version, and what you're going to do is click on where it says Projects. This is set on the Cricut Joy right now. If you go into all categories, you'll find a drop-down menu and just scroll down until you see where it says Insert Cards. It will tell you approximately by size here. So what this does is it sorts it into whatever size you're looking at. So we're going to start out with the smallest one that was just added, which is the A1. It's 3.5 by 4.9 inches. We're going to select that. And this doesn't actually select the size of your card right now. So we're just looking in projects that have been sorted into this size that are available. So these are just ones that are available for you to choose from. And we can kind of scroll through here and see if something, really hits our fancy. I'm going to go ahead and look. And for this one, we're going to use the Jar of Hearts card. I'm going to select that. And what it does is it brings up a drop-down menu. So you'll have to scroll and choose from the drop-down menu. This is vital. This is exactly how you're going to select which card you're using in the software. So we're going to be using the A1 size, which is a 3.5 by 4.9. We'll select that. And what this does is it brings up the one that we're going to work on. So it says here, we're going to go ahead and click Make It. And it'll bring you to the cutting screen. So something to keep in mind here is where it says material size, you used to be able to adjust that sizing here. Do not adjust the sizing unless you're trying to change it to a brand new backing for the size of card, because and it even tells you the current layout is not optimized for this project. Changing the setting is not recommended. So if we clicked yes, what this would do is just change this to a larger card. So this would change it to as if we're using the A6 card background. So this is why we don't change it from this section, because the design stays the exact same size. So we'll go back to the standard size for this, and now the project is sized for the card that we need. So make sure where it says material size that you're only keeping it at the size of the card that you actually want. So that's vital to make sure that you get the result that you're looking for. And now we're ready to cut it. We have it set to on the card mat. We're going to be using a pen and then also cutting it. We're going to click continue. You'll want to choose insert card cardstock, and then you can adjust your pressure as needed and make sure that you have the pen that you want to use, and we're going to load our mat into the machine. So here is the new size for the A1 card. This is the standard size that we already have available on Cricut's site. So you can see a pretty big size difference between the two there. Let's go ahead, we're gonna break this one out, and I'm gonna be using a couple of different colors. I'm going to be using the Tulip and the Party Pink for the insert. If you've never worked with these before, they have really neat little features in them. When you buy the insert cards, it comes with 15 different cards in here, so you get all of the envelopes that you'll need. You'll also get all of these different card blanks and the little inserts that go inside of them. So we're going to be using this pink color and also this hot pink color. I think those are going to look really neat together. So it'll be a nice, vibrant color set. So to use this, we're going to load this card onto our mat. This is the Cricut Joy card mat. And as you can see, there are 3 different sizes already set for the card mat, so you can line it up. So this basically has a little pouch that you insert your card into. So we're just going to insert that layer. We'll line that up, and then we'll press this down. Once you have your card lined up, we're going to insert it into the machine. And the first thing that we're using is a pen. It did recommend a black pen, but I like to change it out and play around with different colors. I'm going to be using a glitter gel pen made for the Joy in silver. So we'll just drop this in, close that up, and then we're going to load our project in. as you can see, this really pretty kind of sparkly silver accents happen because of that pen. Let's go ahead and remove it from the mat. So for this one, this is where you're going to break out your little spatula tool. You can always kind of move the mat backwards a little bit to help manipulate it too, so that way it doesn't tear the card. And it leaves your design that you weeded on the background, so we'll have to clean that off of our mat. But now we have all the pieces removed from here. The next step is just to take your little insert, and we're going to flip this card so that we're seeing the inside of it. We'll take this and slot this into the little tabs. And then you can kind of center it and adjust it a little bit in there. And now you have an adorable finished little card. What I love about that is just when you use something like, you know, the metallic pens or different kind of funky colors, it really changes up how the card looks. So if you see a card in Design Space and it's just not the color scheme or what you're looking for, you can always alter it and make it more personalized and more an expression of your artistic vision for it. But really cute, and I love how adorable and tiny these cards are. Super cute. Let's go ahead and work on one of the A6 cards, which is the larger cards, and I'm going to show you how that looks in Design Space. So let's take a look. We're back at the projects window underneath the categories, and before we get started with that, I just wanted to point out this to you guys. I don't know if you've noticed, but these have just been added to Cricut Design Space. They're little gift card holders, and I thought this was such a great way to use the insert cards. You can create something really custom and then just add a little gift card in there. Perfect idea, especially when you want to give somebody a gift and have it feel a little bit more special. Even if it's, you know, just a gift card, you can really make it feel more custom and more personalized for them. So let's go back up to categories, and we're going to go back into insert cards. This time we're going to look for the A6 size, which is the 4.5 by 6.25 inches. And this selects all the different projects in that range that are currently available. And I'm just going to kind of scroll through here. There was one that caught my eye when I was looking earlier. So I love this thank you card, and I think it's such a great idea to have thank you cards handy because you never know when you're going to need them. So if you're looking for a project idea that you can make ahead of time, cards is such a great one for this. I'm going to go ahead and select this, and we're going to choose from the drop down menu which size we want. We're going to be making the A6, which is a 4.5 by 6.25, and it's went to the project for that. We're going to click on Make It. Now that we're at the cutting screen, you can see this is the full size for the mat that it can handle. This is the A6 card. Where it says material size, there is no option to do a drop-down selection on that. The reason that the other ones have it on the smaller sizes is that if you wanted to change the background size, you could, but it still keeps the design the same size as what you selected initially. So if you ever want to change the sizing on the card, make sure you go back to that custom screen and you choose the correct card size that you want to start out with. You can always cancel that out if this is the wrong size for you and it takes you back to the screen for the card, and then you want to make sure you select which card size you're using. So we're going to go ahead and click on Make It, and I'm going to go ahead and get the project loaded onto the mat, and we're going to cut it. If you are looking for a lot of variety, you can definitely check out the website. There are a ton of different kinds of cards that you can work with in different sizes. I have a coupon code. The coupon code will be listed in the description box along with an affiliate link, and it will save you 10% off of your purchase of tools, accessories, and materials. Let's go ahead and cut this one. This is the one I've been really excited to use in the larger size especially. I love that holographic finish. So as you can see, this is the holographic insert for this one. I think that's such a neat addition to the card line. We're going to load this onto our card mat the exact same way as the other one. We're just going to open this up and place this in, lining it up with the marks that are on here. This is the full-size card, so it's pretty easy to line up because it fills up the whole space here. Make sure to press this down, and we're going to load this into the machine. so we'll remove this from the machine. Set that aside. Now we're going to break out our spatula tool and remove this from the backing. Remember, you can kind of pull this backwards away from your card a little bit, and that makes it easier to sweep up underneath, and you can aid the mat in keeping most of the pieces attached to the mat rather than attached to the card. Okay. Depending how sticky your mat is how much of the background it will pull from the pieces that you weed. Sometimes if your mat is worn down a little bit, it will keep some of the pieces on the card on there. So you may have to go back in and remove some of the pieces from your card itself. Now we're ready to add our insert. So you'll just take your insert, and the same as before, we're just going to pop this in. This one only has the card holders in 2 corners. So we'll pop that in and then close this up, and now we have our completed card. Just for comparison on the different card sizes, this is the A1, this one is the A2, and this one is the A6. So when you're working in Cricut Design Space, this gives you a really good idea of the difference in sizings. So this is brand new to the Cricut store, and this one is brand new to the Cricut store. So what do you guys think of the finished cards? I really love how custom they turn out, and it's so easy to personalize them and make them your own. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.